Not everyone having a heart attack clutches their chest and collapses. For many, the only signs are bloating, a sore shoulder, or a dull ache in the jaw, only to pass away quietly. 15 minutes later. I've seen more than 50 cases like this over the past 20 years as a doctor. And they all had one thing in common. They didn't know. Those subtle signs were their heart's cry for help. People under 40 can usually recognize a heart attack right away. The pain tends to be sharp, sudden, and unmistakable. But for those over 60, a heart attack often arrives quietly disguised as mild back pain or post-meal bloating. That's why thousands of older adults die each year, not because they had no symptoms, but because they misunderstood them. In this article, I'll walk you through 5 common types of chest pain. In seniors' aches that may seem harmless, but could be early warnings of a heart attack. They're not dramatic like in the movies, but that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. They're easy to ignore. If you're 60 or older, or you have aging parents or loved ones, read every word carefully. A mild ache today could be the thing you regret ignoring for the rest of your life. 1. Crushing pain in the center of the chest. If you've ever felt like someone was sitting on your chest, or like it was being squeezed so tightly that you couldn't take a deep breath, that's not a pulled muscle or an upset stomach. That's the textbook sign of a heart attack. The pain usually centers right behind the breastbone in the middle of the chest. It can last anywhere from a few minutes to over half an hour and doesn't go away when you change positions. It may radiate to the neck, shoulder, left arm, or even the back. You might also feel cold sweats, nausea, dizziness, or shortness of breath. A major study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, found around 70% of heart attack patients reported crushing chest pain as their very first symptom, especially common in men over 60. In older adults, this pain isn't always intense. Some people only feel mild chest tightness when walking, climbing stairs, or during emotional stress. Many chalk it up to aging or muscle fatigue, missing the critical golden hour for emergency care. Here's what matters. Heart attack pain doesn't change when you move. Take a deep breath or press on your chest. If the pain is vague, lasts more than 5 minutes, and spreads to your shoulder or neck, especially while you're at rest, do not wait. Remember, the longer you delay, the more heart muscle you lose. And far too many never wake up just because they thought I'll feel better after a quick rest. 2. Pain radiating to the left arm or lower jaw. Not every heart attack makes you clutch your chest. In many older adults, the only warning sign is a dull, lingering ache in the left arm or a deep soreness in the lower jaw without any obvious cause. You might feel a tingling sensation running down your arm, deep fatigue in your shoulder, or a vague ache in your jaw. It's easy to mistake for arthritis, nerve pain, or even a dental issue. But to a cardiologist, this is a red flag. The heart may be suffering from serious lack of blood flow even if the chest feels fine. According to a clinical report from the Cleveland Clinic, nearly 1 in 3 heart attacks in seniors don't start with chest pain, but with pain in the left shoulder, neck, or jaw. This is especially true in women and people with diabetes, where damaged nerves can cause the pain signal to show up in the wrong place. Here's a simple explanation. When a coronary artery is blocked, the brain can't always pinpoint where the damage is coming from. Since the heart, left arm, jaw, and neck share nerve pathways, the pain might show up somewhere else entirely. So if you're at rest, not lifting anything, and suddenly feel arm fatigue, jaw soreness, light sweating, or dizziness, think heart first. Acting quickly could save your life or someone you love before it's too late. 3. Dull, vague pain on the left side of the chest. Some types of pain don't feel alarming. Just a mild tightness or dull ache on the left side of the chest that lingers for an hour or more. You're not sure if it's from your muscles, bones, or something else entirely. Pressing on it doesn't make it worse. Changing positions doesn't help. Antacids don't either. This kind of discomfort might come and go over several days, especially in cold weather after meals or during times of stress or sadness. Because it feels mild and unclear, many people brush it off. But it could actually be an early warning sign of transient ischemia, temporary reduced blood flow to the heart. Dr. Sharon Hayes, a cardiologist at the Mayo Clinic, once noted, "Many patients come in with a full-blown heart attack. But when we ask, they say they'd been feeling a dull ache on the left side of their chest for days. They thought it was fatigue or joint pain because it wasn't the dramatic chest pain they've seen in movies. This is especially common in older adults and women who are more likely to experience atypical heart attack symptoms. Medically speaking, when your coronary arteries are narrowed but not completely blocked, they can spasm from time to time, causing this gentle but persistent reminder pain. If ignored, the next spasm could be the last when the artery slams shut for good. Don't wait for the pain to become unbearable. If you're feeling vague discomfort in your left chest for hours, especially while at rest or during intense emotions, get your heart checked. That mild ache might be your heart's final whisper before it goes silent. 4. Sharp stabbing pain. Radiating from chest to back. If you've ever felt a sudden stabbing pain in the center of your chest that shoots straight through to your back as if someone were tearing your chest open from the inside, don't ever dismiss it as a pulled muscle or ligament strain. This is one of the most dangerous forms of chest pain, and it could signal an aortic dissection or a posterior heart attack. Posterior MI. This kind of pain doesn't feel like anything you've experienced before. It comes on abruptly with intense force and often brings low blood pressure, dizziness, cold sweats, or even loss of consciousness. Some people describe it as feeling like their heart is cracking apart from within. Aortic dissection accounts for about 1–2% of emergency chest pain cases, but the mortality rate can reach 50% if not treated within the first 48 hours. Older adults, especially those with chronic high blood pressure or aortic aneurysms, are at higher risk for this condition, often without knowing it. What's even scarier, many people feel better after a few minutes and skip the ER, assuming it was just a muscle strain. But they don't realize the tear in the artery may still be spreading internally. By the time the pain returns, it might be too late. If you or someone you love feels a sudden piercing pain in the chest that radiates to the back, especially while at rest, don't try to guess. Call emergency services immediately. In medicine, this is a race against the clock, and every minute counts. 5. Dull pain below. The chest often mistaken for indigestion. One of my 68-year-old patients once told me I just felt some mild pressure below my chest after eating like I was bloated or having indigestion. I took some digestive enzymes, rested, and the pain went away. 3 days later, I was in the hospital with a heart attack in the lower part of my heart. It felt like a stomach issue, but in reality, his heart wasn't getting enough blood. In older adults, non-classic heart attacks are common. No sharp chest pain, no arm numbness, no cold sweat. Just a vague, dull sensation in the upper abdomen right below the breastbone that's easy to overlook. A study by the National Institutes of Health (NIH) reported, in adults over 65, 1 in 5 heart attacks begins with symptoms that resemble indigestion, especially in women and people with diabetes. This kind of pain often appears after a large meal while lying down or following an emotional shock. It's not stabbing, and there's no pinpoint location. Instead, it brings a sense of pressure, bloating, or mild nausea. That's why many people reach for antacids and miss the critical window to save their heart. The key difference: stomach pain usually changes with posture or improves after burping or taking antacids. But heart-related pain doesn't. It lingers quiet, persistent, and can turn into a silent killer. If you're over 60, have heart risk factors, and feel pressure or discomfort below your chest for more than 10 minutes, don't assume it's just indigestion. Get your heart checked now. The heart doesn't always hurt the right way, but it always sends a signal. After age 60, mild, dull, or vague chest pain is no longer something to ignore. Especially when it keeps coming back, spreads to the arm or back, or shows up after meals. These could be early signs of a heart attack. The 5 types of pain you just read about aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to help you stay alert at the right time. Many lives have been saved simply because someone got checked out just for a bit of chest discomfort. If you or someone you love is experiencing any of these signs, don't guess. Don't delay. Get your heart checked today. Your heart will thank you, and your family may never have to say the words, "if only."